what's going on, y'all? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And you're about to watch a little OTB LSU.
We're going to give you all the latest, greatest between LSU football, baseball, women's basketball, softball, and everything in between.
Bottom line, if you want to talk Tigers, keep it locked, subscribe, like it. I want to talk a little LSU, Ole Miss, and I want to talk through the lens of the secondary, right? Which may be one of the more important groups, if not the most important, when it comes to trying to win this game. And Brian Kelly gave us a little bit of an interesting insight, Jake, on Tuesday's press conference where Javian Toviano was mentioned. You know what's been going on with Toviano. Like Taylor said, even during camp, he was kind of repping at the he was repping with like the threes at corner. So for whatever reason, you know, he's just being outperformed by the other guys. But he says he's moving to...
Also had an off the field issue pop up, remember?
I don't remember, actually.
Yeah, voyeurism.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right.
So that probably, going into camp was something that, probably hindered his playing time as well.
No doubt
you're
about
not really sure, what his availability was going to be.
Well, Kelly says that they are now moving him to the star position. And I guess what I want to talk about is, what do you think right now LSU secondary should look like going into that Ole Miss game? If you want to shrink the rotation and get your best guys out there, and then who will also get reps out there, who is it going to be? I think so what's the health of Zy Alexander right now? Do you know, Tay-Tay?
Yeah, I mean, he had
a concussion.
Yeah.
So
you got to figure he'd be.
Yeah, I mean, that's multiple weeks. Now, I shouldn't say assume, because every concussion's different. None are built the same.
And we come from a different era.
And we certainly do.
Not in that we're tougher, in that
it wasn't
taken that seriously.
It wasn't as big of a deal, which
Hell no.
It should have been, but it wasn't. And you didn't have any kind of test or anything. We had that one test
where it's like you took a baseline and then you had to match your baseline. But I remember
a lot of people got those wrong on purpose so they could play.
I remember taking my phone in there to cheat to get the answers right. I didn't mess up the baseline thing, but I remember trying to take my phone in there to match my baseline or whatever.
But I would think, this was not even this game against South Alabama. This is going back to a couple of games ago. I would assume that he'd be ready to go. And
so he's one of the two.
Need him.
He's CB1.
He's got to be for me. I think it's him and Ashton Stamps.
Now, has PJ Woodland played well enough to this point to get in the rotation as well?
He's in the rotation.
Okay,
for sure. I think he's in the rotation. He's going to be your third corner if Zy's ready to play.
So Zy, Stamps, Woodland. And that's probably where you kind of max out on corners if you're talking about your guys that you really trust. I feel like
J.K. Johnson's got some run, but I don't know that once
he struggled last week. I
don't know once conference play comes.
That's what I'm saying.
If he's going to get an opportunity, it would almost be like this guy got the wind knocked out of him. He needs a blow type situation.
Yeah, Jair Brown, same situation. Would you all say so? Okay, so let's say those are going to be the three corners.
Brown only played 4 snaps, I think, against USA.
The star will obviously be Major Burns, right? And should be. I like Major Burns in that role. I think it's the best role for him on this defense. Safeties, Sage Ryan and Deshaun Spears.
Yeah, I think so. Gilbert only played, I think it was 27 plays against South Alabama, and Sage played close to 50. Spears played close to 40.
Okay.
So that's kind of...
Does Gilbert then work in the rotation come SEC
he'll play.
Okay.
He'll play. I don't know how much he'll play, but he'll play. And, he's had a couple of missed assignments. As an older player, you'd not like to have to worry about that. And so I think that's something certainly that's probably hindered him a little bit. He's made some plays as well, but I think if you're looking at your top safeties, it is going to be right, wrong, or indifferent. It's going to be Sage Ryan and Deshaun Spears.
So you got those three at safety. You got the three corners. And is there a backup star right now?
So in fall camp, it was Jawan Johnson.
I remember
which is
that.
obviously
Yeah, I
not
know.
the case.
I remember that.
He brings up Toviano. Maybe he's that guy.
And
You got to
so
get one ready to go.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I wonder how ready Toviano is for that
He played
position.
13 snaps in the
Okay.
game against South Alabama.
Okay. So kind of Major Burns going to be relied upon to stay healthy and stay in there.
Yeah.
So you'll have those 5 on the field. Obviously with like we said, the third piece kind of rotating in, and then obviously Weeks and Penn have been really good as your 2 linebackers. And then we love the edge group, Swinson and Savion Jones first up, but Deshaun Womack and Parrish Shand. And Shand's been interior and edge and has been doing well. And then on the interior, what is it? Ahmad Bro and
Gio Paez.
is it Paez?
probably.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm looking at, I pulled up the snaps here in this conversation. Bob Bro played 31 of the 64. Gio played 28 of the 64. The next closest was Dominic McKinley at 17. Washington also played 17 in the interior defensive line.
Well, the interior is going to be where you have the most rotation because it's kind of
Always
like
is,
it always is. And we talked about it, Jake. It's not like you have a superstar that is just so much better, which in a weird way is okay because everybody's being coached well. They're playing with pretty good technique, even if they don't have the highest talent ceilings right now. But you don't have a ton of drop off when you rotate guys.
Yeah.
So you can kind of prioritize keeping fresh legs. But those are going to be the guys, as you start this 7-game SEC run, those names that we just mentioned, which it feels like a bit of a motley crew, doesn't it? Young guys, scrappy guys.
3 freshmen, yeah.
Guys who have been overlooked at other places. Nobody really with like well, I mean, again, I think Swinson is the closest you'd have to kind of a superstar, but like nobody, there's nothing there like back in the day, like a Pat P, Tyrann Matthew, stuff like that.
No, you're right. Braden Swinson's probably the guy that has the best NFL future as of right now.
Yeah.
Now, these young guys can certainly grow and put themselves in a different category, but I was talking with Jim Nagy yesterday, and I asked him, I said, hey, who's the guy across the country that wasn't really on your radar that now is firmly on your radar? And he mentioned Braden Swinson.
Nice.
And look, that's not an LSU show. I mean, he doesn't have to say an LSU guy, but that's the first name that popped into his brain. So he has certainly helped himself. But to
Coaching
your point,
matters.
No, you don't have some of the names that you're used to seeing. I mean, you got a little bit of everything. I mean, you got a too gritty to be pretty Whit Weeks.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you got some formula for success, but it's not going to be Sunday player right now.
I kind of like it though, dude. Or I don't like it in that like it's what you would set out to do. I think narratively, it's kind of a fun underdog defense to get behind. They're playing their ass off. Effort is not in question. Yes, mistakes still happen, but week by week, they've been improving. The fits have been getting better. The MAs have been getting cut down. The technique's getting a little better. And you're watching a group kind of trying to punch up a little bit. And if you could divorce yourself from maybe whatever preseason expectations you have. Like somebody at Evolve this morning asked me, what's
about your yoga pants?
No. Nobody commented on that. Except to say like, whoa, what's in there? I said, you're doing brat sausage. You stuck one in your pants? It's like, no, guys, no.
It's
not
Brat Boy summer.
Brat Boy fall. By the way, I had some great Southwest sausage last night with some Nani's hot glaze finishing sauce.
Sorry, it's my fault. I did this. Sorry, what was the person at Evolve saying about football?
Just asked about it. He got back. He's been on vacation all summer. And he got back and he's like, so what do you think about the team so far?
So he's rich.
And I said, I don't know. He's been in Arizona all summer, so probably.
Yeah, second home.
Probably.
Shout out to him.
But it could be a job thing, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm giving him a shout out.
But and I was like, look, man, I think how I summed it up very simply was like, I think there was an initial lowering of the expectations, but once you meet this team at its level, it's actually been a pretty fun football season and a fun watch. It's a team that is flawed, but is playing very hard, is improving week by week. There will be disappointing moments coming down, in the future, but I'm really enjoying these guys. I think this is good. And like parts of the team are elite. I don't think we realize LSU's number 2 in the country in offense for the S&P Plus.
Yeah.
So like the offense has been elite. and the defense is scrappy and okay and better coach and causing havoc and creating turnovers. So, yeah, man, I was like, I like it. I like it. They're getting a little seasoning right now.
You do
We're
feel
building
like,
flavors in the pot.
you feel like you have a crew that the ones that have kind of taken over some of these positions have fought their off to get that spot. See, shout out to me, 718. Stop myself to get that spot. And it's you've done this, I've done this. Like anybody that's ever fought for a position in football, like once you get it, like once you achieve it, it's not over, because then it's like, I'm going to do everything possible not to give this back to you.
Yeah.
Right. And it feels like that with some of these guys, certainly like on the interior of the defensive front, like Ahmad, bro, like he came in here as an edge rusher. And so like in his mind, he's like, look, I worked my butt off in the summer. Some of it was Whataburger, but a lot of it was
my
weights.
butt off for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like I remember talking with the strength staff and like, hey, when people like went home, if we had a break, everybody was home. Ahmad, bro, was in the weight room.
Really?
And he ain't from
one
Baton
of those
Rouge.
guys.
He's from Ruston. He's 4 hours away.
Yeah.
Right. So like he didn't go home. He stayed in the weight room.
Oh,
so
wow.
in his mind, yeah, he's a true freshman, but he'll be damned if you
Well,
give
that's
him that
why he's
job
having
back.
so much success then. That's so indicative of why he's
Yeah.
having that success. Because as a true freshman, I couldn't wait to get home.
Same.
Like,
I mean, same. My wife was still living in Shreveport. If I had extra 10 minutes, I was trying to find a way. This man was in the weight room and smashing Whataburger.
hell yeah, dude. 3 large fries. What a beast, dude. Wow. Jake, what incredible takes.
I mean, those guys, they're just the best.
I think so. And if you think so, again, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when we post every single day here on OTB LSU.